Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky broke his silence yesterday, saying the operation is to restore justice and to push the war on the aggressor's territory.
Welcome to News English Explained. Today, we're diving into a significant development in the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia. We'll break down this story, explain the vocabulary, and explore the context to help you understand it better. But first, let's go through the story with subtitles.
For the first time, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed his forces have moved into Russian territory for battle. In his nightly address, Zelensky said the surprise cross-border offensive in Russia's Kursk region in his country's fight to push the war out into the aggressor's territory.
Russian planes bombing Russian territory, targeting Ukrainian troops. 6 days ago, Kyiv launched the largest attack into Russia since World War II, reportedly pushing up to 20 miles into the Kursk region. It caught the Kremlin off guard. This video, taken by a Ukrainian unit, reportedly shows a large number of Russian soldiers surrendering. Russia declared a state of emergency in the affected region, while also releasing videos of it striking back, like this one, reportedly hitting a Ukrainian tank. At a Security Council meeting on Thursday, Russian President Vladimir Putin downplayed the invasion, calling the fight a counterterrorism operation.
The news anchor begins the story by mentioning that Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, confirmed his forces have moved into Russian territory for battle. This is a significant statement because it's the first time Zelensky has publicly acknowledged that Ukrainian forces have crossed into Russia. The phrase, moved into Russian territory, is important here. To move into somewhere means to enter or occupy a new area. In this context, it implies that Ukrainian forces have crossed their national border and are now conducting military operations within Russia. The news story highlights that the Ukrainian forces have entered the Kursk region, which is a part of Russia. The Kursk region is geographically located in western Russia and has historical significance due to the Battle of Kursk during World War II, one of the largest tank battles in history. Understanding the geographical and historical context can help you grasp the gravity of the situation, as the region has seen significant military activity in the past. Next, the news mentions that Zelensky addressed his nation in a nightly speech. The term nightly address refers to a speech or announcement made every night, often to update the public on important matters. Leaders like Zelensky use these addresses to communicate directly with their citizens, especially during times of crisis. This is similar to the fireside chats used by U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt during the Great Depression and World War II to reassure and inform the American public. In his speech, Zelensky spoke about a surprise cross-border offensive. Let's break down this phrase. Surprise means unexpected, and offensive in military terms refers to an attack. So, a cross-border offensive is an unexpected military attack that crosses into another country's territory. This is a significant move because it shows that Ukraine is not just defending its own territory but is now taking the fight into Russia, the aggressor's land. The news then mentions that this offensive has caught the Kremlin off guard. The phrase "caught off guard" means to be surprised by something unexpected. For example, if someone throws you a surprise party and you didn't see it coming, you were caught off guard. In this context, it means that Russia's leadership, referred to as the Kremlin, was not expecting this attack and was surprised by it. The report also describes how Russian planes are bombing their own territory, targeting Ukrainian troops. This might sound strange, but in military conflicts, when one side occupies another's territory, the original owner might attack that area to drive out the invaders, even if it means damaging their own land. The phrase, targeting Ukrainian troops, means that the Russian planes are aiming their attacks specifically at Ukrainian soldiers. The story continues with information about Kyiv launching the largest attack into Russia since World War II, pushing up to 20 miles into the Kursk region. Kyiv is used here as a metonym, a figure of speech where the name of the capital city is used to refer to the government of Ukraine. The phrase, pushing up to 20 miles, means that Ukrainian forces have advanced 20 miles into Russian territory, indicating significant progress in their offensive. The news anchor also mentions that a video taken by a Ukrainian unit reportedly shows a large number of Russian soldiers surrendering. The word, surrendering, means giving up or yielding to the authority of the opposing side. In military contexts, surrendering usually means that soldiers are no longer willing or able to fight and are submitting to their enemies. This is a powerful image because it suggests that the Russian forces were overwhelmed or outmaneuvered in this particular encounter. Next, we hear that Russia declared a state of emergency in the affected region. A state of emergency is a situation in which a government is empowered to perform actions or impose policies that it would normally not be permitted to undertake. This is usually done in response to extraordinary events, such as natural disasters or significant threats to public safety. In this case, it reflects the severity of the situation in the Kursk region. The news anchor also describes how Russia released videos showing its forces striking back, including a video reportedly hitting a Ukrainian tank. To strike back means to retaliate or respond to an attack with another attack. The word reportedly is used here to indicate that this information comes from reports or claims, but it has not been independently verified. Finally, the news concludes with a statement from Russian President Vladimir Putin, who downplayed the invasion by calling it a counterterrorism operation. The verb downplayed means to make something seem less important or serious than it actually is. By using this word, the news suggests that Putin is trying to minimize the significance of the Ukrainian offensive. A counterterrorism operation is an action taken to prevent or respond to terrorist activities. By labeling the Ukrainian attack this way, Putin is framing it as a defensive move against terrorism rather than acknowledging it as a military conflict between two nations. Getting back to the story, we can see how the language used helps shape the audience's understanding of the events. For example, terms like cross-border offensive and state of emergency convey the seriousness of the situation, while words like downplayed and reportedly indicate the different perspectives and levels of certainty about the information being presented. Now that we've gone through the story and its vocabulary, let's watch the news again, this time without subtitles, to reinforce what we've learned.
For the first time, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed his forces have moved into Russian territory for battle. In his nightly address, Zelensky said the surprise cross-border offensive in Russia's Kursk region in his country's fight to push the war out into the aggressor's territory.
Russian planes bombing Russian territory, targeting Ukrainian troops. 6 days ago, Kyiv launched the largest attack into Russia since World War II, reportedly pushing up to 20 miles into the Kursk region. It caught the Kremlin off guard. This video, taken by a Ukrainian unit, reportedly shows a large number of Russian soldiers surrendering. Russia declared a state of emergency in the affected region, while also releasing videos of it striking back, like this one, reportedly hitting a Ukrainian tank. At a Security Council meeting on Thursday, Russian President Vladimir Putin downplayed the invasion, calling the fight a counterterrorism operation.
And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Thanks for joining us on News English Explained. Don't forget to practice using one of the vocabulary words or phrases we covered today. Maybe you can use caught off guard to describe a situation where you were surprised. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time with more English News Explained. Keep practicing and have a great day.